Okay, what's up, YouTube? HPK here. I'm coming with you guys. I know it's a little late in terms of video, but I'm gonna be reviewing the OCG's Forbidden Limited list because apparently they can get theirs and the TCG can't. So I'm gonna go over the OCG list and I'm gonna talk about the rest of it. I'll read the list and then I'll go over my you know opinions about what they did to the OCG list and what I could possibly see from the TCG list. Um, let's just start off by reading what they hit. So we have for newly forbidden, we have masterpiece, in Dragonic Diagram. For newly limited, tribe infecting virus, Alistair the Invoker, Dino Knight, the True Draco Fighter, Soul Eating Oviraptor, Baby Ceratosaurus, ABC Dragon Buster, Danglong, First of the Yang Terraforming, Spellbook of Secrets, True Draco Heritage, True King Return, Trickstar Reincarnation. For the newly semi-limited, we have Maxi, Wind Witch Ice Bell, Maxi Pot of Avarice, Future Fusion, and um, Fossil Dig. And for the newly unlimited, we have Witch of the Black Forest, Form Power Pendulum Sorcerer, Skarm, Malbrek of the Burning Abyss, Rescue Cat, Burial from a Different Dimension, Fire Formation Tinky, Preparation of Right, Sacrifice, Domain of the True Monarchs, Wavering Eyes, and Dragon's Ravine. Sorry, I was thinking of what was I thinking? Oh, I was thinking of Arceus Cell Divine with the Abyss Valley. Um, so let's go over it. So the biggest shocker to everyone is Masterpiece is banned and Dragonic Diagrams banned. In my opinion, I think this was one of those things that needed to happen because of the fact that the it's kind of like how Synchro, towards right at the end of the Synchro format and beginning of the Exceed format, a ton of Synchro support cards got limited, got banned, and this is kind of the same scenario here. When Konami wants a new deck or new material to prosper, they hit as heavy as they can the older stuff. My biggest thing with Masterpiece, and I think a lot of people have compared Masterpiece to Towers, is Masterpiece has a lot easier summoning conditions than Towers does. Because Towers, you need Cleafort monsters to even summon Masterpiece. To summon Towers, I'm sorry. With Masterpiece, you can just use any continuous spells or traps, blow them up, and you can summon it. With decks like Zodiac, who still have Barrage, a ton of floating continuous spells and traps. Like, you can even make a bad version of True King in because of all the continuous support, continuous spells, continuous traps. You just blow them up, have them react once they've blown up, and you still have Masterpiece who's able to be summoned. And your Dragonic Diagram was just pretty much an easier way to get into your True King, True Draco stuff. Not only the power bonus that they got, but the large amount of support that they got in general. So, yeah, that was pretty much why when I looked at it, I was like, they hit Masterpiece, but they let Klee stay? And then I was like, oh yeah, because they're going to buff Klee with the new support Klee. So you're getting an extra pack, I'm not mistaken, where a ton of their support rather is gonna get amplified. Like, they're getting a Leak Monster and they're getting some support to help support the fact they're gonna be making towers. I think honestly they're probably gonna do a new towers or make the Link Monster similar to towers, where like if it points at clean monsters, or if you have like a pendulum scale or something that includes clean monsters, again certain effects or whatever. But it all depends on what they want to do with that. I am not surprised Construct did not get unbanned. Why? They are willingly giving not only giving her a reprint, but they're getting link support as well. So yeah, no, let's move on to the newly limited. I think that everyone's biggest shocker is Tribe Infecting Virus came off the list, and Tribe does not have an errata. So that gives, I don't know, I could possibly see more people wanting to play variations of Mermail now that we have, now that, I can see the OCG playing variations of Mermail. Due to the fact that Mermail now have Tribe. Tribe is just a really good old card, but also in this instance, Tribe is a really bad old card because um, Tribe is probably a 1-for-1 in the sense of hand control. But the thing about like the only deck that could really benefit from it is a deck that utilizes water, and unfortunately, the only deck that can utilize water is Mermail. In the sense of that all the water monsters gain effects if they're used for the effect of a water monster, which in sense, when they're discarded for Megalode, when they're discarded for Abystius, when they're discarded for Ateus. So it works in the synergic in the sense like that. So them unbanning Tribe is just a sense of, hey, we forgot about Tribe, but we're gonna put Tribe in, and we're gonna see how far that goes. Next, next is Alistar. When I'm talking about Alistar, I want to also talk about Spellbook of Secrets, because if you've noticed in the OCG, they splashed a lot of the invoked spellbook prophecy stuff into each other, and I think that's why they wanted to hit that. In my opinion, I think that's why they hit it, just because that you can play your spell book, but they want you to understand that they don't want you to really play your spell book in their invoked. And it's gonna kind of be really weird to look at invoke now because they only have one Alistair, and how else is the deck supposed to work? Because they kind of need the Alistair to circle around, especially in multiples. So I don't know. Maybe it was just a oop flop, and they were just trying to stop the whole generic synergy between power decks. Because even if you look at it, even though it wasn't a tier 0 type deck, it was one of the easiest splash engines into itself. Same thing with spellbooks, and why I think they hit secrets. They're tired of blue boy spam into that new spell, the draw power card. And the fact that because they're all spellcaster, they can synergize well with each other, and also with Wind Witch. But I'll get to that when I get to Ice Spell. But I can see that whole being the concept of why they hit it. Dragonic Knight, Dino Knight, the Dragonic Fighter. He's just a really easy summon card. And I also can see why they hit him in the True King Heritage and the True Draco Heritage and the True King Return, because of this energy that they give each other, putting monsters on the board, negating monster effects. Anything that would be a problem, of course, your Dragonic Fighter could come out and then check it. So, that whole synergy right there was probably why it all got hit. And they were just killing off what they could with the True King engine. So that the True King engine wouldn't exist, as well as the Dino engine, because they hit Baby Ceratosaurus and they hit Soul Eating Oviraptor in that same breath. And I also think that was just because of the ruling situation. So that you can spam a whole bunch of Baby Ceratosaurus off the Soul Eating Oviraptor. I think that's how it worked. Because I'm not familiar with the mechanics of the dinosaurs, because I never played that at, and I haven't really had to play anyone who was playing that deck. So, excuse me, I didn't really have to deal with either way. Next is ABC Dragon Buster 9. So, I think they just hit that now just because ABC was popping up everywhere. They were using Cockle Do. They were just getting a lot of, hey, there's no more Zodiac. Let's pop up again, and then bam, they hit the Dragonic Buster, because like I said, they're trying to keep the whole new mechanic of link monsters and stuff in play as long as they can. So they're trying to synergize it, by limiting a lot of, or just permanently eliminating a lot of other stuff that could possibly fool a threat. Dane Long is in the same situation. He was part of the whole scenario of Yangzing, Drew King, Dino, um, making a Dane Long, because you only needed one Dane Long. So I don't know. They might end up banning Dane Long if that's the case, but I don't know what that would do to Yangzing as a whole. Because what if possibly in the future Yangzing does need Dane Long to make a Link Summon play in a sense, and Dane Long, being there. I think Dane Long is level 5, so I don't know if they're gonna keep on with Dane Long or if they're just gonna keep Dane Long at 1. Terraforming, um, massive field spell surge, because field spells are starting to get extremely broken. Similar to Rhoda, similar to Rhoda, because Rhoda is a generic search card for warrior monsters. And there's tons of warrior monsters, there's tons of warrior monster based decks. So, similar to Terraforming, there's a ton of field spells. Um, even decks that have monsters who can search for field spells or spells that can search for field spells. Terraforming is pretty much as generic as it gets. And, they don't want generic to float around as much as it is. So, any terraforming, I think a lot of people see it. I almost feel like they're going to outright just ban terraforming. And then, like Warrior Return Life, like Reinforcement, they're just going to bring it back. So, Trickstar Reincarnation, I don't know what that does. I don't play Trickstar. I assume it's a Monster Reborn or something. So I guess that's why they hit it. And I heard Trickstar is a really good hand oriented deck that does stuff. So I don't really know much about the Trickstar side. I don't have an opinion on Reincarnation, but I'm pretty sure it must be really good enough for them to ban it. To limit it. Sorry, not ban it. Semi-limited. Monk. It's kind of late. Max C. They're just following TCG all the way till I think they're probably going to eliminate or outright ban it. Windwitch Ice Bill is to slow down Windwitch infused Windwitch combo decks or Windwitch splashed into other decks to where they can make Crystal Wing Dragon or Crystal Synchro Dragon. And then just the fact that, they don't want, like I said, the spellcaster combos between Windwitch, Invoked, Spellbook, Windwitch True King, was it Windwitch True King? No, Windwitch Kaiju. Like, see, think about Windwitch is that they'll drop the Kaiju, then they'll make the, either the Crystal Wing or the Crystal Synchro Dragon, and then they'll just knock stuff over. Pi Average is 2. I am very shocked to see that. Maybe with all the stuff with Link, they want more deck presence, so bringing Pot to 2. Future Fusion is kind of not, it's there, but it's not really there scenario card. But, and Fossil Dig is just another edge at Dino. So the newly unlimited Pendulum Sorcerer, Witch of the Black Forest, Skarm. Let's see. Well, we know the ones that are right are Witch of the Black Forest and Rescue Cat. I think Fufu is still kind of more of a threat, so they're gonna keep it at 2 for now. But with the lack of generic fusion monsters outside of like heroes or shadows, I don't think most people are gonna really play it, because if you look at like ABC, didn't use fusion cards because they could just contact with the Union monsters and stuff. Similar thing with Gladiator Beast. So like just any generic fusion deck could still use Future Fusion to its advantage. I think even more so with the band of Fairy Tale Snow and the limit of the grass is greener on the TCG side. The only real threat would be Terra if you want to go into the Infernoid setup and mill the crap out of your deck for Terra. with Future Fusion, which isn't a bad call, but due to errata, that's what's possibly going to happen. So I think that's why it's there, which is pretty much Witch and Zangan are just now hand trap searchers. Like they're not as good as they used to be. To the point they were banned. Pendulum Sorcerer is just back because of the whole we knew we killed off pendulums with the new with the change to the war, so the scales are now in the map spell and trap zone, so you can't spam like multiple back row, set up your skills to protect and then protect your skills with your back row. Right, I think Monkey Board is still banned on the OCG side as well, so there's no real threat to perform powerful for a mage. And considering the fact that most of the mage stuff is still banned, and it's not really much access unless you have a link monster to really summon from your extra deck that are pendulum monsters. Skarm is just going back to 3 because they're trying to bump up the new support for Burning Abyss. Burial. I don't know why Burial's still at 1 in TCG. I think it's time to just bring Burial back anyway, because Burial just puts stuff in the graveyard. I don't really think there's anything more useful in the banishment zone anyway. That I haven't really seen the deck really use banished to its own potential years. So Tinky, there's no more Zoo, so Tinky comes back. Preparation. I don't know why I put prep at 3. I guess just to boost the cyber stuff. Or get ready for some really cool ritual monsters. Sacrifice to boost up the what is it? Oh, the Klee monster, Klee support coming out in the future. Domain. I guess just to give Monarchs a boost to deal with Link as an anti-current. Wavering Eye, same thing with Sacrifice and perform Pendulum Sorcerer. We've killed off what we could of Pendulum decks in general. So Wavering Ice is completely dead unless you play, a Pendulum-based deck, but your opponent also has to play Pendulum-based deck too. And Dragon Ravine, well, they didn't ban Ancient Fairy Dragon, so give it a minute, because Spirals will probably abuse this card too, and I've seen how they've done it. So my whole ordeal, after looking at this and everything, is, what do we expect from the TCG side? And to be honest with you, I don't really expect much because, they've lied, told us we were going to get a list, and we haven't had one in, it's really, they told us August, and it's halfway through September, and we still haven't seen anything. So, I'm not really expecting much. Probably similar hits, hit True King, hit Dino, hit, possibly Wind Witch, throw in a few hitters, unban a couple of cards just to see what the game would look like, and then go from there. I think the only real thing I want to see unban is Feather Duster, just to shake up the game. I think that would be a great shake up. Is, hey, let's unban Feather Duster, let's unban Feather Duster. Let's see what Tribe does in the TCG. Stuff like that. I think Thunder King might possibly come back to 3 too, if they want to, keep this whole thing going. But it was just a wait and see to see what the TCG does. So that's pretty much it for this video. Let me know what you guys think about the OCG ban list and what you guys think could possibly happen on our list whenever they decide to like us enough to give it. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, you guys, this is HPJ signing out. Take care.